All right, welcome back to the For the Culture Crypto, where we bring blockchain to the block. And remember, this is not financial advice, education, elevation, and always for the culture. So what's going on, D? This episode 10, those top 5 crypto jobs you can do remotely. You ready to get
Yeah, man. Yeah, this is going to be a good one too, because we're talking about how to break into crypto, understand and learn, and get paid while you're trying to understand crypto. There's a lot of misconceptions. How do I get into it? How do I learn? And just some unexpected jobs that people could do associated with crypto that they may not know. So this is a good episode.
All right, so getting into it, let's go on the first question. Why do people think you need to be a coach to work in crypto?
Yeah, a lot of people think crypto is coding. So one of the first things would be media focuses on developers because initially it was driven and it's still driven. You have to be a developer to develop on a layer one to develop meme coins and things of that nature. So developers get the big focus. And in general, developers would be the first investors, if you will, or the first people to buy a coin because they just made it. So that would be one of the reasons why people think crypto equals coding. Early adopters were mostly tech guys anyway. So that goes hand in hand, and that association with crypto and coding goes along with that, because the tech sector would be the first sector to get into something new like this, because this is a technological advancement. And most roles now actually aren't even that technical, believe it or not.
All right, why is this one of the most slept on lanes in the space?
Yeah. So the reason why it's the most slept on lane in the space and why things are so wide open, most projects are community first, not code first. So I think one of the larger meme coins that's going to do good this bull run is Turbo. And I remember when Turbo first came out, the guy that started it was just a regular guy. And he sought out developers to help him develop Turbo. But the community was strong first. And if you remember in the previous episodes, that's one of the big things that you look at. How's the community in this particular meme coin or just coin in general? And if it has a strong community, it can definitely boost that token to a larger market cap. Also, millions entering crypto. It just supports the support roles are exploding. As more and more people get into crypto and try to figure out what's going on, those support roles would obviously increase. So you can find peripheral businesses and roles based off of crypto itself.
What's the role of community manager? How does someone land that?
So that's what I was talking about before, community manager. So community manager would equal, like you said, the brand voice or the vibe enforcer. So they would manage Discord. Discord is huge. We have a Discord for the culture of crypto, but managing a Discord, managing the Twitter account, managing announcements, because it is super and hyper community focused. So the community manager would have these responsibilities, and they would also get paid in tokens or stable coins, right? So we know stable coins would be your USDT, but in addition to getting paid in dollars, you could get paid in tokens or stable coins. So community managers is a key voice where it can definitely drive and help that community for that token get higher and higher.
Are those roles actually paying in crypto?
Yes, 100% paid. Absolutely. So some people could even earn from $1,000 to $3,000 a month in crypto. Often starts as a part-time type of deal, and then or volunteering, and then it can increase as people see your value. As you increase value in the community, then the payments could start. But initially, they want to see how you act with the community, if the community is vibing with you, and how that's going before the payments would start. So with that, I just want to say you don't need a huge bag to win or be super educated in crypto right now to get started. You just need access, right? So go to fortheculturecrypto.com, grab our crypto starter PDF, and tap in with the Discord as we spoke about before. Discord is huge. So we've got the info to help you get a part of the community.
What's the opportunity for writers or creators?
Yeah, so opportunity for writers and ghostwriters, they're in high demand. So, for example, when you have a community, one of the most things that could get you out there as far as social media would be YouTube scripts. So scripts need to be written for these tokens as well to get the message out, and also to reach out to YouTube influencers, Twitter threads, blog posts. So these things help drive and could be a job for writers and ghostwriters. So you don't need to be famous, just consistent, and you will be hired as a writer or ghostwriter. And that's why these type of jobs are in high demand.
Where do you even find these jobs?
Where you can find gigs. In crypto Twitter, Twitter, there's different types of Twitter, right, out there. So crypto Twitter, you can find these type of jobs. The token or the developers or whoever is currently leading it could come right out and just say, hey, we have a position open for XYZ. And then you could get into it that way. A Discord project channels, that can be an opportunity where you can find your gig and then ingratiate yourself to the community writ large, and then from there get paid. Job boards like Crypto Jobs, Work3, or DAO listings, where you can find also those type of gigs. So it's a lot of different areas where you can find it. You just got to look for it, and a lot of people don't know and understand where to find these other peripheral jobs.
What makes a good virtual assistant in crypto different from the traditional VA job?
Yeah. So a crypto VA, a crypto virtual assistant would essentially equal, higher trust or better speed, right? So for example, a crypto VA can handle token spreadsheets, moderate DMs, schedule calls. Also, many founders too are overwhelmed to the scale of what actually goes into launching a coin. And so they would need those VAs to help and handle those other duties that needs to happen, but the founders don't want to do or don't have the skill set to do. So that's why crypto VAs would be higher trust and in higher demand. And so there would be a lot of jobs if you pose or describe your services correctly. You could definitely get picked up. Like, going to Fiverr is another area where you can go, or Upwork as well.
How do people prove themselves if they're ready?
Yeah, so start by offering help in Discords, right? So you show up. That's the major thing. Consistency is showing up daily to learn and show that you're available to help out. Be visible, be proactive. If you see something that needs to be done, go ahead and do it. Don't assume that the founders or the developers, as we spoke about before, know exactly what goes into launching a coin fully, or even being a part of a community or leading a community. Don't assume they know that, because oftentimes they probably don't. And also document your work. So if you have these documentation of what you're doing daily, showing up daily and being visible, you'll definitely be recommended more and more.
What is an alpha finder, and how does that role turn into real income?
Yeah. Finding alpha. You'll hear that term in crypto a lot. Hey, I have the alpha. That's the early information that a lot of people may not have. The alpha. What's the alpha? That you'll hear that term a lot. So alpha finder essentially will equal researcher with taste, if you will. So reading announcements, simplify roadmaps, summarize drops, staking updates, and yield changes. So these are the things where an alpha finder or a researcher essentially would do is knowing the different communities and reading about these announcements, when are airdrops happening, and being able to send that alpha out to the community. And people will then seek you out for those early opportunities, because we find a lot, most often, where you make your most money is getting in early as possible. So finding the alpha, the early information, equals higher gains.
Who's hiring for these research or analyst style role?
Yeah. DAOs, alpha groups, and paid newsletters hire these. So you're saving others time with higher value that you bring in. The alpha groups, as we spoke about before, these newsletters, that's where the information is and where people are hiring.
What kind of skills NFTs are onboarding guys really need?
Yeah, so NFT mods would essentially equal cultural leaders. So, what you would do as a cultural leader, right? You would greet new members, help onboard wallets. You're often the first impression. So NFT mods, you're going to be that welcoming face, if you will, to people coming into the NFT market or that specific NFT. And so you want to definitely guide them and give them the information that they're asking for.
All right, so final word to someone watching this thinking, I don't know where to start. What you got?
Final words. You don't know where to start. You don't need to wait. You don't have to be rich to start. You can volunteer first to get that information out there. Also, volunteering will help you learn. As you're learning, you could, potentially get paid. And as we stated before, some people are making $1,000 to $3,000 a month while they're doing these other periphery businesses or parts of crypto. So you don't necessarily have to be a developer to earn money. You can be a cultural leader, as we spoke about before. You can get paid while you learn. That's the biggest thing. You don't have to know it all, but if you're willing to learn and willing to show up every day and be visible, people will pay you for it, because there's certain things, as developers, we are not good at everything. So other parts of those soft skills, as it were, that's still needed. And so you can still get in with being great at those other soft skills, being the cultural community leaders. Now, all you need is essentially Wi-Fi, hustle, and show up. So that's basically it. I think that would be the final word I would leave with people. All you need is hustle. That's it. Just, if people really minimize just really showing up, you don't have to know it all, as we already explained in this particular episode. If you show up, you can get those, as I stated many times, those periphery jobs in crypto. You can get that, and people would pay you willingly because they don't want to worry about it. So if it's something that developers or the devs don't want to worry about, you could definitely get paid there. So there's still ways to get into crypto, not being a super genius in blockchain or whatever. You can still get paid.
All right, so that concludes episode 10. But like always, everybody go hit the IG up, go hit the website up, postculturecrypto.com. Get your free information, learn, take that first step, and get involved, man. Don't tell
That's
you.
it.